Good morning, everyone. I'm Shadows Pub, and this is Pimp Your Post Thursday, morning edition from the Ramble. How's everyone this morning?
Beautimus, how about yourself?
I'm here.
Doing good.
That's good. And welcome to Square One Farms here for the first time this morning. Mo says about starting a storm, be back in 15, want to run before it starts pouring. Oh, to run out. I thought she was going jogging. Okay, Freedom Point. Mo says she doesn't run. Okay, you're forgiven. Freedom Point, you're up.
All right, I want to start by introducing this post here made by the Interblocks on the Interblocks app, and it's all about the very first episode, episode 1 of the Interblocks radio show here on the Ramble that just happened 2 days ago. And Stacey D put this post together, and we thought there'd be no better way to share it than right here on the Ramble, pimping it right. Oh, thank you.
Awesomeness.
So I would like to point out here that we've been working through it. I know that Jason's out there fighting the good fight against the flooding, and we're still working through the layout and the editing options on the DAP. And Stacey D and I have been working on it to try to get to a point where we can explain it easily to others. And so to go through, you'll see that she was able to add the images and the text and the centering, the bolds and the lines and the page breaks, and adding the YouTube video that has the entire podcast at the bottom of it, all made through the DAP.
Nice work. You'll be glad to know that most of the flooding apparently has peaked. So Jason may get back at some point.
Boy, I hope so. I mean, he had such great ideas, and he's doing such great work, and he said that he's going to come back, and he's really going to start banging this out. You know, I believe he's got a team he's working with, and just to get it to the point of being super easy to use, and so we can get to that point of, you know, onboarding and bringing the communities together, and hopefully funneling through. I don't know. We'll see. I'm really excited, though.
Well, it's looking good. It looks really good.
Oh, thank you. It's so funny when you go through and you're like, oh, this is working, and then you're like, oh, what the heck? That option's not there yet. So like, if you write a post and you click off of it, you know, you come back and do something, the draft may not be there only because the draft option isn't programmed in yet. So little things like that, they're a little frustrating, but you can see that all the things are going to be in there, and you can even see that there's a location thing that you might be able to put in more coordinates to help with regionally finding posts as well. So all more to come.
Wow. Sounds like some interesting possibilities coming along. We're going to see such variety on how you can access the Steam blockchain. It's really cool. Thank you, Freedom. Oh, I think I want to put my Fitbit on Hobo. She's charging around the house. Engine, you're up.
Yay! Yeah, I'm part of a community out there. Some pirates on Steam Silver Gold. It's about that time to gear up for the Monster Raffle 4. We haven't done one in, I'd say, 6 months, almost 6 months, right around Christmas, the last one we did. So this is more just an awareness post saying, hey, it's coming. We're gonna do it live actually at the block party, so it should be pretty cool. Ray will be there, I'll be there. There'll be a couple other stackers there. Be fun and all that good stuff.
So, did I see a hint that somebody else we all know and love is maybe going to make it?
Maybe.
Yeah, there seemed to be a rumor going around a post I was reading last night or this morning, and I went, She may reveal herself before the morning's out. Thanks, Engine.
Yeah, thank you.
Solo Miner, you're up.
Hey there, everyone on Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad to have you here.
So recently, my mason bees have stopped pollinating the homes that I built for them. And now I've moved them into boxes to protect them long term from any critters that might try to move into the homes over the summer and fall. So I just took some pictures of what I'm doing and just wanted to share with y'all my little updates on this project. Got a lot of attention from it last time, so I figured giving y'all an update on this would be a good idea. So the bees will be staying in the box for another few months. I'll keep an eye on them, make sure the air can get in there and make sure they can be okay, as there's a chance a second generation can occur, but I haven't seen it, so I'm not too worried. But
So
overall, it seems to be going well.
you've put the homes in the box, and the bees are in the homes.
Yeah, correct. They're in those bamboo tubes, and they're inside of those blocks behind them.
So are they sort of like hibernating, or what are they doing?
There's larvae. They're bee larvae, so they're basically turning into little baby bees that would then emerge in the springtime of next year.
Ah. So they take
And
that.
if
They,
I don't take them out of this area, like predator wasps and birds and other things will try to get to those delicious larvae before they can hatch. So I put them in the garage to protect them from predators.
so are they gonna emerge later this spring or next spring?
Well, that's where it gets kind of confusing because some bees have a second generation in the same year. So there's a chance some might try to come out of the box. But I didn't see it last year. I don't think my region gets second generation bees. But if everything goes well and everything goes to plan, they'll emerge next spring in 2020.
Wow, I never knew they had that long a period of development.
Yeah, it's about 6 to 8 months, so they'll be hibernating when it gets really cold, and the garage gets pretty cold, so it should trigger them to stay in the state they need to stay in.
Wow. Learn something all the time.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Thank you for participating. There's a few others have come in. The giveaways are running in the giveaway channel, so don't forget to click on them. And remember, you do need to be present when they're drawn, or if your name comes up, I have to ignore it. All right. So next we have Square One Farms.
Okay, hopefully I can do this right.
If not, we'll guide you through it. Okay, tell us about your post.
Okay, basically we're brand new to DTube and the whole thing, and I'm transferring. I've been on YouTube for a while, and I'm putting a lot of our videos over here on DTube, and this is our newest video, and also something that it's also our first post here on this whole community. So I just thought I'd start with it, and it is basically a mobile chicken tractor. And just had a lot of fun editing and shooting this, and we're all about that fun videoing.
All right, so whereabouts are you located?
We are just south of Little Rock, Arkansas.
And you've just found Steam recently?
Yes, trying to get away from YouTube, and we joined the Steam and everything a couple months ago. Didn't know what to do with it. Kind of left it idle. Ran into Mountain Jewel at Baker Creek this weekend, and we're talking to them for a while, and they kind of got us interested in revitalizing this whole thing. So I'm kind of going full steam ahead, if you will.
Nice pun there.
Square One Farms, that's a nice setup for it looks like a chicken coop, like a mobile chicken coop. Is that basically what that chicksaw design is?
Yes, it's not my design. There's a big YouTuber named Justin Rhodes. He's created this thing, and all I did was build it off of his plans. It's like a rickshaw that carries people around. This would be a chickshaw, and this is really a great setup. It's got nesting boxes for them to lay all their eggs, and they roost in there, and it can hold up to 39 chickens, and with some electric netting fencing around it, you can control what they do in certain areas, and that's what we do. We have them till up and fertilize the area, and then we come back and plant behind it.
So it's completely enclosed, so like predators can't get in and steal your chicken.
That's correct. Everything's it's got a metal roof and metal sides for the most part, and everything else that is open for ventilation is hardware cloth.
Well, that's cool how you get eggs, and then they also fertilize the land they're over. That's a great setup. I hope to build one when I have some land one day.
Yeah, I would highly suggest it. So far, we've been using it for about 3 weeks, and it's done everything that we had hoped it would do.
So it sounds like we've got some interesting videos coming.
Well, I'm actually uploading another one as we speak now, but yeah, we've got quite a few build videos, and just we try to keep them entertaining, and hopefully they appeal to most people.
So one of the things Kitty Girls just pointed out there, which is true, DTube doesn't keep your videos online very long. So part of the problem is that if you want them there long term, you probably still need to upload to YouTube. I would suggest you upload to both of them so that you can pick up the crypto coming in off of DTube. And there's also another video site that is coming online. It hasn't got a whole lot of activity there now, and I'm not sure how long they're keeping their videos on, but it'd be worth finding out. And that's this site here. And there we go. Solo Miners just mentioned that One Love Tube will archive videos for $10 a month. So you have some options, but it's best that you're aware of what's happening. So Square One, this is I'm assuming that Freedom Point's probably explained this to you, but this is a show that happens every week, and you've now been given PYPT attendee role, which means that you'll have that light blue text that everybody else has got there. And there's also a channel down below, the PYPT attendee posts only, and you can now drop your posts in there, and hopefully people will go and have a look at what you're doing. And because you presented today, there's also a token that I have called Shade, and you receive 2 of them for posting. If you comment on other people's posts and you say that you've seen them at PYPT, then you'll pick up another Shade for each comment that you make. So welcome to PYPT.
Wow, thank you very much. Lot to learn, but everybody in this community has been extremely helpful.
Good. Nice work. Well done. And Dream, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. It's been a while since I got to pimp my posts, because I've been busy on monkeys, and I've kind of just been doing my ActiveFit posts lately, and just keeping active with that. It's funny because when I started to write again, I forgot all my coding and I forgot where my pictures were. It took me a while to get to get back into the swing of things. This one is the video that I put up last night. And if you're interested, when you click on the link, I have the last, 4 videos that we uploaded. And kind of like Square One Farms, I try to keep it fun and interesting. Just a little peek at getting our project up and running. We have a convention that is about 1 month away. I think it's actually 1 month today. And we're putting the booth together. And yeah, we're just getting all, ready and having fun, making mistakes, learning, promoting. And I'm trying to take myself less seriously, which is a hard thing to do because I tend to take myself very seriously. Even though I'm silly, I always have a lot of plans going on in my head, and I tend to crack the whip on myself pretty hard. So this is kind of a step in the other direction where I just enjoy myself. Today, my daughter will be joining me. She is one of the people that in my life that's just super encouraging and is always, at my side, helping me, encouraging me, and she's been a part of this. And so today we will make a video where I introduce her, and that won't come out for a few days because we have, more material than we don't post the same material, as we record. We're a few days behind. So by next Thursday, you will have all had a chance to meet her. So yeah, go check it out.
Very nice. You're doing a nice job on those videos too.
Thank you. I giggle a lot while I'm doing them.
So, oh geez, I've never heard you giggle before.
I know, right?
So now that you've revealed yourself, do you feel any different?
You know what? It's a lot more freeing. I don't have to worry about always, I think the very first video that I had my name tag on from work, and then on the other side is the name of my job. I'm walking through my neighborhood. So it was very it almost makes me feel like, oh my gosh, am I revealing too much now? So it's nice to not have to worry about constantly staying behind the curtain. But at the same time, I feel like I'm just me. Now people just see what I look like when I'm laughing, when I'm talking. But I feel like my personality has pretty much been out there for a while. So people have gotten to, I think they've gotten used to me. And now it's just kind of the final piece of the puzzle is in play. Yeah, well, you're not used to seeing my face on video, but you've seen me before, Stacy.
All right. So we're at the bottom of the queue, guys. Anybody else got something they want to share? You guys are slipping. Did Mo return yet? Or did she run out in the rain? No more secrets. Ooh. Ah, I want to know where the gold's buried. Okay, who's going to present next? Go for it, Solo Miner.
I did a recent update on the plants in my garden, and these include some plants that I got from food scraps. And these food scraps were carrot cuttings, radish cuttings, old spuddy potatoes that I didn't really want to eat at that point. But a lot of it took. I was really amazed how many plants I could get growing in a raised garden bed just by saving a little bit of the meat of the vegetable and then letting it grow on the ground. So I have a video just with my little action cam walking around, checking out the yield on my blueberries, checking out the potato spuds that are coming out of the ground. and just really enjoying what I can grow from trash, basically. And the thing about the blueberries that was interesting is almost every single flower has been pollinated, it appears. And I think this has to do with all those bees that I've been taking care of, because I can tell you when those flowers were open, the bees were covering that plant. And they really like to get to those bell-shaped flowers, it appears, and really go at it. So all of my blueberries were pollinated, and I'm excited to see what I have in a few months once they're ready. As long as no birds get to them. I mean, if birds get to them, I won't get many, but hopefully that won't be a problem. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, my recent garden update.
Nice work. Yeah, my parents used to always take the potatoes that were left from the previous year's crop and plant them in the spring for the next year.
What did they say? What kind of thing?
Any potatoes that were left at the end of the winter from the previous year's crop were always planted in the spring for the next round.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've read that you can actually store them in like a cold room and, like mesh bags, and that's smart. Just take the little withered ones that aren't edible anymore. And that's what I did. I actually split one into about 10 pieces, and almost all of them have formed little groups and nodes on them, and now have become their own potato in the ground. It's amazing.
Well, the house had what we called a root cellar, which was right at the bottom of the stairs going into the basement. And we would put the bushels of potatoes and carrots and beets in there in the fall, and then eat off of them obviously over the winter, and then in the spring they went out. The potatoes got planted. I don't think they ever tried replanting the beets or the carrots.
Well, the carrots seem to work. I cut off the leafy part of it, and I placed them in the water dishes, and about 2 weeks later, they started growing little nodes out of the top, and then leaves came out, and then I had roots within a month, and they are now doing well. Now, the question is, am I just growing carrot leaves, or will I get clusters of carrots under the ground? And I think only time will tell for that.
Well, I don't think you'll get the leaves without the carrots, so I think you'll end up with the carrots.
That would be awesome, as I got at least eight of the clusters going. So hopefully by fall or whenever I need to harvest them, I'll try to look that up later on. But I'm looking forward to a lot of yield.
Nice. Well, at one time, it was pretty much unheard of to be buying seed. You lived off of one crop to the next. All right. Thank you, Solo Miner. And Injun, you're up. And just as a warning, Injun's now the last on the list, so whoever's going to be next.
Warning.
Drop the emoji.
Sorry, I was doing that. This is the most recent block party. Is it the most recent block party post? Yes, in fact, I think there's something mentioned about the Monster Raffle 4 and the guest list, which I believe I now have to update a little bit because some other people are coming now, which is really cool. Not complaining. Also had some other people come out of nowhere giving me a few donations, like Patrice, who is a fellow witness, will be in the next post, and we got to thank her, from the Steam Cleaners and a couple other family members. And yeah, Steam US meetup, it'll be cool. You should come out, Solo.
Actually, that's pretty amazing that you've heard from Patrice, because I had heard through the grapevine that she had some issues going on and wasn't going to be around, so that's great.
Yeah, I mean, she's not coming, but I mean, she, like I said, she sent a donation for it and was like, here, hopefully this will help. I was like, heck yeah, thanks, sweetheart. I haven't heard from you in like 6 months, so that's awesome.
That's amazing, actually. That is fantastic. So life's going to get interesting in the next month, eh?
Oh yeah. As if it isn't interesting enough already, I got all the dance this week, and then next week there's graduations, and I gotta go. One of my sons wants to move back to Tennessee from New York, so wants me to come get him next weekend. That'll be fun. And And then there's kindergarten graduation and with my daughter, and yeah, it's gonna be fun the next couple of weeks. Let me tell you what. And then summer's here, and then there's no more school, so I'm gonna be like, pull my hair out. And then comes the block party, Mother's Day. There's just so much going on right now. It's crazy in real
Yeah.
life and on the chain.
Yep. Well, Mother's Day will be out of the way this weekend.
Hey, Whitty, have you been to Colorado before or anywhere in the high altitude?
I've only been through Colorado. I actually lived in Utah for good up there at the top of the Canyon area, Murray, right outside of Salt Lake City. So I'm no stranger to Colorado itself. I've only been through.
Gotcha. Since I've never been above like maybe 5,000 feet or 4,000 feet, I'm sure some people are going to have altitude sickness that have never dealt with that kind of altitude before. It'll be interesting to see how everyone acclimates.
Well, where the block party is at isn't as high as most places. It's down in Cripple Creek, which is a little lower. It's right about 4 or 5,000, I believe. It's not, mile high Denver or way up there Colorado Springs area, but it's still kind of up there. So there may be some people huffing and puffing. That's why Snook's over there doing so many push-ups.
Real push-ups? Is she doing real push-ups?
No, but she's been walking and trying to get her cardio up a little bit, so got to pat her on the back.
Well, good for her. Good for her. All right.
Looking forward to all the pictures.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of pictures coming, I expect.
Yeah, Zipporah actually said she will be our official photographer for the whole event, so looking forward to that. She's pretty amazing.
Awesome.
Going to be interesting. Interesting indeed. All right. Dreams Team.
I am posting this for Blue. He actually came to help us with making the booth for Spunky Monkey. He left on the 30th of April. And this is when we went to the Sequoia National Park, and we saw the General Grant tree and the General Sherman tree, which are like the largest. General Grant is the largest in the state of California, and I think the third largest in the world. So it's pretty cool. We had a really good time, and he took like 1,000 pictures while he was here. He'll probably be like spacing them out over time. He took some really amazing pictures of waterfalls and just the mountains in the distance. And yeah, we had a really, really good time. And I think he did a great job. He thought that you couldn't tell how big these trees were without the people in the front, but which is true. It gives a great perspective to see how, see the people there. But as soon as I saw this picture, I was like, whoa, he did such a good job, like showing how tall they are. And these are not even, these aren't even the big ones. These are like, they look kind of like newish. General Grant is massive. I mean, it's incredible. And then there was one that we walked through that had fallen down, and the entire like trunk was kind of like this cave that you walked through. It was so big. So it was really, really neat. We had a great time. So go give this post some love.
Yeah, it's really amazing pictures, actually.
Those are some big trees. They look like redwoods.
What kind of trees are they? Oh, Dream.
Just big old trees, I guess.
Oh, her sound has gone robotic on her. She's apparently up in a beautiful spot, except when it comes to internet connection. It's not always the best. So, who is going to post next? Don't everybody jump in at once. Alright, Engine. And Mo has returned.
Okay, everybody, not everybody, but most people know I'm a huge particle fan. And I brought, I don't know, several people to it to use it and play with it and have fun with it, especially the mobile users. A lot of people in other countries, they use their phone a lot. So Particle is a real easy way for them to get on the chain and post and comment and stuff like that. And one thing Particle does, you can use to boost your post a little bit. Some people are not using their points, like Cephasira over here, who has over 200,000, which makes me super jealous because I get to, like 1,000 and I'm using it for a little tiny vote on my post every time. And then we've got another friend of ours.
You're cutting in and out on us.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
That's better.
Yeah,
It
I will speak.
sounded
I'll
like
speak
you were on
slower.
YouTube and had the speed sped up.
I will speak slower and try to be more articulate.
Good plan.
Okay. Yes, Particle. I'm a big fan, like I said. And for people that don't have computers and stuff, a lot of the mobile users that want to get on the blockchain, it's been a huge blessing. And one thing that they do is hand out, these particle points that you can use to boost your post. Sarah's got just a massive, her and another family member of ours is in the top 10. Steam Flow's got like over 300,000, but it makes me jealous because, like right away as soon as I get them. So I just wanted to give her a little pat on the back, being reserved in that manner and not just spending all her points as soon as she gets them.
Alright.
Because ultimately they'll turn the particle points, I'm sure, into some sort of tokenization, and which I'm surprised I haven't seen already on Steam Engine. Maybe they're waiting to do maybe a stake type deal with the new one coming out. Don't know, but we'll see.
So they do use the points now for using them for upvoting, don't they?
Yeah. You can. I don't know what the minimum is. Depends on if you delegate to them or not. You get a little bit higher vote if you delegate to them, but I think you can use up to X amount, so it doesn't complete whatever the limit is for 100% vote. That way it doesn't, use up all the voting power and that kind of thing.
Interesting. It's rather good to see these front ends doing things. Jack, are you presenting that or what?
I don't know. He's not in the chat. Oh, there he
Yeah,
is.
he's in
I
voice.
think he's commenting on why Particle hasn't made a token yet.
Yeah, the SMTs apparently are supposed to be next after they finish getting Mira out, according to that post that came out.
Who's they? I mean, is that Steam it themselves? Are they
Steam and Ink.
all this? Is because I'm seeing other users kind of step up, like with Scott and the Steam Engine and doing their thing. And I mean, me and Agro have butted heads a few times, probably more than 10 times. but I still respect him as a entrepreneur on the blockchain. Him and Matt, simply because he's not waiting around. So, which makes me wonder. This is like totally off topic, but it makes me wonder if Steam itself is going to fork. But I don't know. Something to think about.
it's hard to say exactly what's going to happen. Scott is going to be doing, like, you can be setting up your own websites and running your tokens through those websites. And it is a side chain, but it's cost 1,000 ENG, which nominally is 1,000 Steam, to be able to set one of those up. So it's going to be interesting to see when SMTs come out what the difference is going to be and the features that are going to be available. So it's kind of interesting seeing the fact that SMTs are getting really close. All right. Mo, you're up.
So,
Just a minute. Freedom Point says, I did a ton of research on SEC yesterday. Yikes. If we all have utility tokens, we need to all have a way to use them. Yeah. The use case is the interesting part. Okay, Mo, sorry, go ahead.
that's okay. So, anyways, Bad Karaoke, the contest starts in 3 weeks. And some girl has discovered that we can also do duets on Twitch Sings. And she had started American Girl by Tom Petty and wanted other people to join her. And of course I did. So if you join her duet, just post your video in the comments. And get ready because you got 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Oh, to enter the
3
contest?
weeks until the contest starts. Mm-hmm.
So, I guess there's probably going to be some duets done in Colorado, is there?
There better be, and I am going to try and sneak out for that. I keep saying that I want to go to the block party because it's my birthday weekend, but I may sneak out. I may just save up all my money and drive out there.
So, times could change again. I can see Mo out there whipping people into doing karaoke. Bad karaoke.
Nah,
Let's see who we got here.
just
Fracas.
whipping people.
Are you present?
Whip, nay, nay. That's my karaoke.
Oh, Fracas, are you present? Oh, he's typing. Good stuff. And Sugar Gnome. Oh, she's not present. So Fracas has got 25 shade. And Jack says the difference is that SMTs will be part of the Steam ecosystem while the sidechains forked, even if recorded on the Steam blockchain, are not part of the Steam ecosystem. The only way they can be is if the governance, the top 20, vote for the fork to become the official chain, meaning the code is replaced with that of the sidechain, or the rest of the Steam blockchain becomes inert and the fork continues on. Oh, okay, that's clear as mud. I think I was thinking along the lines of when the SMTs come out, if people are going to be able to transfer their tokens, say from Steam Engine over to the SMTs, or whether they just put them over on FreedomX and see what happens. Jack's typing away with something there. We'll come back to that. Okay, Dream, you are up.
Okay, sharing this for Evening Art. She has been also away for a little while, and she wanted a dog in the worst way, but she kept talking about this rabbit that her neighbors had. And every time she talked about it, I kept saying, I think you should just adopt the rabbit. And she's like, no, I want a dog. I want a dog. Well, turns out she has fallen absolutely head over heels with this little mischievous bunny. And I am not like a huge like pet blog follower, but I've fallen in love with this bunny too. She's pretty cute. She's got some videos of her running around and jumping, and it's just really, really, really sweet to watch. And she's a great writer, so she knows how to kind of pull you in and get you giggling over this little bunny. And I guess the bunny is really obsessed with the phone, and she actually took a selfie. Somehow she got to the phone and she pushed the phone with her nose or something. And this is not the picture, but I think if it's not in this blog, it might be in the previous one. It's really cute. The bunny's face is just really close to the camera, and it's adorable. So yeah, go give her some love, welcome her back to Steam, and give her an upvote.
Yeah, how could you not kind of like one of those rabbits? I don't know that I'd want to have one in my house, but they're really kind of cute. Cute bunny for sure. Blue joined us. Very nice. Thank you, Dream. They taste good too. Engine?
Yeah, you bet.
Apparently Blue thinks they need to have a little lemon. Engine thinks they taste good. I think we should shoot both of them. Yeah, feel me, Blue. Really? You're making such offers. Solo, you're up.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't stop laughing from Engine Witty's comment. They are delicious, but they're also cute too. I wanted to share an infrared post that I did. It's a big flowering tree surrounded by some really, really tall pine trees. And what I like about this picture is you can see the reflectivity of all of the flowers on that tree just really popping out. And then the dark gloom pine trees behind they're really old, so they only have leaves up at the top of the canopy. So you can just see these long sticks between. And behind that, you can see the orange ruddy sky that my infrared filter captured. So it's just a cool picture of a lot going on in it. You got flowers, you got tree trunks, and you have that infrared sky. And it's orange because it's in the near infrared spectrum. If I was to go more higher up in the infrared spectrum, it would just be completely black. But since we're in the near infrared spectrum, we have a little bit of color, and that orange sky peaks between the pine trees. And it was a great, great day to get that photo, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. That's it.
Nice work. So, who else has got something they want to share? Go ahead, Mo. So, Solo, I noticed you're using the library. Have you been on there long?
Yeah, I've been using an instance of Libraries Protocol, which is an image server called Speech, but it's spelled SPEE.ch.
Mm-hmm.
And what that allows me to do is I can host images on the library blockchain, but I can also give a hot link out to people. So I can embed photos, and so I can do more than just like have a file on the blockchain. I can actually use it on our social media platforms with Markdown. And it's been great. I've had really good support by them on Discord. So like anytime I had problems with the server, someone was able to help me really quickly and get it resolved, as it runs on a SQL database on the server, but then it also goes up using the library daemon to post to the blockchain. So you can access all your posts in the library app as well.
Neat. I've fiddled with it a little bit, really haven't done much with it at all.
Engine Witty, I don't think it's IPFS for library. The One Love D2 project is IPFS, but for library, I'm not sure. I haven't read the white paper in that much detail when it comes to how it uses speech and its file systems to store the files on the blockchain. But I can ask and let you know.
Okay. Go ahead, Mo.
Well, hey, Solo, I saw a big fat bumbler as I was coming back in the house, and I thought, yay, a bumblebee! I don't see them very often.
Very cool, Mo. They're out there. Up north, they're still quite active. Just down south where I am, they've kind of settled down for.
Okay, so I just posted this one a couple hours ago. I started it last night, but was so tired. Just getting ready for bad karaoke to start back up. Not that I would ever really enter it, but I love to sing, and since I haven't been spending as much time playing games because I've been interacting more with different people, this has been a great way for me to spend my time, my extra time. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's guaranteed
like
to be horrible.
you have no interest in bad karaoke at all, do you? Yeah, it's terrible the way you have no interest in it at all.
No.
The
I
worse
love
it is, the
karaoke,
funnier it
though.
is.
But
Yeah,
it's great though because it's you know, I just really like having people around, and ever since I started doing this, you know, I've gotten to know Sim Girl a little better, I've gotten to know Snook a little better, and then I started hanging out in the chat with the Famblam in the Alliance. And so this is just opening all kinds of new doors, and so I like it a lot, but I hate it because it's horrible.
Engine says you're a lush. That'd be different.
No. Ever since I fell and hit my head, I don't drink anymore. And I wasn't even really a big drinker before that, but I decided that I prefer living
I don't
over wondering why in the hell I have a big ass knot on my head and a concussion.
I don't drink anymore either, but I don't know that I drink any less. She's not touching that one. All right. Thank you, Mo. And Engine, you're up.
Yeah, I got a bumblebee story before I present the post. If you want,
Okay.
you want to hear my bumblebee story. Okay, snakes and snails and puppy dog tails. Before I get into it, just so you know, I was totally a boy growing up, and one thing that I did with my dad a lot was fish, and he liked to use live bait. So we had this minnow bucket, and I was, you know, kind of getting hot, so he put me in the car with the minnows and gave me a little something to drink, and I was like, ooh, minnows. And so I started playing with the minnows, and I don't know what my fascination was. Maybe I liked marbles, but what I would do was pop the minnows and just play with the lenses and the eyeballs of the minnows. And I don't know, maybe nature didn't like me doing that. It seems like big, huge bumblebee would snap me in the ear. It was like, I was crying, and my ear got all puffed up, and I had to go to the hospital. And I don't like bumblebees.
I think I can understand that. I don't know about not liking them, but certainly have a healthy respect for them.
I like honeybees. My dog. I got another story about bees that I can tell you. Another time I'm gonna present this post. Okay, so some of you know that Katrina is making her way through lower southeast right now. She's staying with her parents in Tennessee, and she went to go visit the kitty girl on her way out to the beach over there in South Carolina. And they swapped a few gifts, some crystals, some really cool looking crystals too. You'll need to go over that post and check out all the awesome pictures in there. But where they met, that's that. I love you. I'm also super jealous that she got to pop your Steam cherry. Yeah, Katrina is the first person.
You keep fading in and out, Engine.
Totally jealous of Katrina. Yeah, because she got to see you and pop your cherry, Kitty. But no, there's some cool pictures of the crystals that they gave each other. But the thing I like a lot about this post actually is where they met over there in Saluda. I guess it's like an old town with some really cool. They got, what was that, like a 50s or 60s? I'm not entirely sure the time frame, but it looked like a couple Bel Airs sitting there and Corvairs in that one picture with the cars and stuff. That old that old picture. I don't know if Kitty wants to say some more about her post, but yeah, I'm totally jealous that Katrina got to meet you before me.
Those are really pretty. I like the iridescent quartz, the rainbow colored on one of the facets. That's iridescent color is really pretty.
Yeah, I thought you might like this post, so I know you're all into the rocks and the.
Yep, it looks like some of the stuff I pulled out of the ground, so it's good to know that region is full of it.
And maybe that's better. I turned the turbine off. Can you hear me better now?
Hopefully. Yeah, that may have been cutting in.
I didn't even think about it. I just looked up and it's like, oh, it was like, hey, maybe that's why it's kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Okay, Blue. All right. So I take it that Kitty Girl and Katrina had a good visit.
Yeah, it was funny because Kitty walked up on Katrina and like recognized her by the back of her head. I was rolling when I read that part.
Oh, we don't see the back of her head very often.
So to do that, it was, oh, that's Katrina, you know, kind of thing. I recognize her anyway.
All right. Thank you, Engine. And Solo, you're up.
I did a crypto post recently. I feel like I've been neglecting my duties as someone in the field of crypto for a long time. So I did a post on Brave browser and talking about how I actually earn tokens just by using the browser on my phone. And very recently, I just earned some rewards by viewing ads on my desktop version. So if no one knows what this is, it is a copy of Chrome. It's basically a fork of it in software terms. And then they built ad blocking native into the browser. So you don't have to download like plugins if you want to have like ad blocking on this browser. You just install it and it's ready to go. Now, beyond that, it also has a feature where if you decide to turn on ads, it feeds you very selective ads, which then you get paid in cryptocurrency for clicking those ads or just literally clicking the close button. You don't have to open them and like interact with the ad. It just pops up on your screen and it's usually crypto related, which is pretty cool, like a buying miners or some type of ICO or some or any type of crypto thing. It's really cool to see that platform offer ads that are related to things that most people at Brave would like. So I just wanted to share that post. The grant I got, I can only share those with other content creators, but I think the rewards from ads, you can take them off the platform at some point and exchange those for any cryptocurrency, which is really cool.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't VAT tokens on Coinbase?
Yeah, they are. So I mean, there's a lot of volume. It would be really easy to sell them. I haven't seen a withdrawal feature from Brave browser, so I don't know how you get them off yet. But it looks pretty simple to sell them. You just bring them up the Coinbase, convert them to Bitcoin, and sell them for $1.
So I saw a post somewhere that was asking that maybe Steam should be offered through this Brave browser. I didn't quite know what it was talking about.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if they tokenize their ads as well, because right now I think they're just your generic website ads on Steemit.
That's what it's getting at. Okay. That may be coming. I noticed in one of the exchanges that we had with Steemit Inc. that they did mention that they're looking at ways of being able to share the revenue with people on Steam.
That'd be really smart of them to create a token that uses their built-in ad system. It would be revolutionary, and they could tout that as well.
Well, you never know.
Blind spot, what didn't work? It said never worked for me. Is it just not available in your region? I think there's many countries where they're not allowed to give rewards for viewing ads, from my understanding.
If you haven't clicked on the giveaway, there's 1 minute left.
If you haven't received rewards, you might have to go in there and turn on the ads. I think they're turned off by default. But also, if you're in a region that doesn't support it, you wouldn't get rewards. So I'm in the United States, but many places I've been told are restricted for receiving those types of rewards.
All right. Thank you, Solo Miner. And Sim Girl.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright, let me get back in there. I was trying to get the oh, and I won. Which chat are you in?
We're in voice chat text. And Nylon says that Brave doesn't work over in Europe at the moment due to privacy laws. And Mo, are you present?
Of course I'm here.
Engine still present? Engine? And Sim Girl already said she's present.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
And
Engine!
sounds weird.
Go ahead, Sim Girl.
Okay, if everybody hasn't heard yet, we are starting the bad karaoke contest again. Simgra and Snook and Mo now, because Mo Lovely has been helping us promote it. And she inspired a challenge for the week. We're going to do a challenge each week until the beginning of summer, which is, I guess, Memorial Day. We haven't actually picked a date yet, so. But we're going to have a challenge each week, and this week is "Kiss Me" by Sixpence None the Richer, I think is the name of the band. But you can go ahead and start your bad karaoke now with this challenge, and you're funny, Engine. But you can do it anyway. We're not going to just do the Twitch things because apparently there's no Mac version, and you can't do it on the phone. So it's optional if you want to use the Twitch things. If you can, it's a lot of fun. And we don't know what the prize will be yet. We're going to think of something. We might give away some Steam. We're not sure yet. But the challenge lasts for a week. Each week we'll do a new challenge, and you can start doing your bad karaoke early.
All right. Thank you, Sim Girl. And Engine's waiting for Sim Girl to kiss him. Is that going to be a long wait?
Well, if he goes and does the challenge, we might be able to make an emote or something.
See you later, Blind Spot. Oh, he's already left. All right. And Mo, you're up.
So I popped over to Bad Karaoke, and what do I see? I see an entry for the Kiss Me Challenge, and it is freaking awesome. Not only did she sing the song like really, really well, I mean, bad, but they made their own video, and that is fabulous. So make sure that you guys show this post a ton of love.
All right. Tiger. Wasn't she having a bad time for a while? Maybe not. Could have been somebody else.
I think one of her posts did say that she was having some trouble, but she's back now. She's doing another writing challenge. So if you go to her page, you can see the challenge or the
Ah.
contest.
Okay. Solo Miner.
Recently, I did another type of blacklight photography post. This is where I take a macro lens on my full spectrum camera, and then I shine a powerful blacklight over the top of it, and I do long exposure photos of the plant or the flower or whatever I'm capturing. What this does is it brings out unique colors you wouldn't otherwise see out in the sunlight. Being this is only ultraviolet, it lights up the plant in really interesting ways. And in this specific plant, you can see a bunch of holes or strikes on the bell-shaped flowers as they have been robbed by honeybees and other types of bees that have taken the pollen from it, but they cut a hole in the side of the flower. So it really shows like how aggressive bees can be towards certain flowers and even knock them off in some cases. And it's called pollen robbing or nectar robbing. So it's a cool photo of this. It's a early morning flowering plant, and it's really pretty.
It is.
But that's it. That's all I have to say.
Those effects have brought out some interesting detail there too.
Yeah, the black light, it really looks like otherworldly in many cases.
It does. You do some interesting effects.
That's long exposure?
Yeah, about 10 seconds. And thanks, Shadow Pub. I always try to do unique things with my full spectrum camera. Anytime I see someone out there doing something special with it, I want to make sure I try it as well. Many people don't have these kind of tools to take these photos, so I want to make sure I publish and share all my findings with everyone when I do it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Solo Miner.
No
Mo
problem.
says, but imagine that's what colors would be on other worlds. It's nice to be able to see them without spending years in a tin can.
That's very true. The sun on other galaxies and such shine different spectrums of light, so you would get very unique looking plants on other planets. Probably something like No Man's Sky, if anyone knows that video game.
Yeah, something to think about, isn't it? So, has anybody else got anything they wish to share?
I do. You're awesome.
Who, you talking to Solo Miner?
You.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Solo Miner and, all of us, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Mo. I love everyone in this whole community. This is such an awesome setup. Thanks for doing the Shadow.
I love doing it, but I couldn't do it without you guys showing up, so thank you. Well, I could do it, but it'd be kind of lonely, sitting here and talk to myself, and I can do that without recording.
You'd have Hobo.
She's curled up here sound asleep. Fanya come over here for a little while ago, and he hopped up on the couch, dragged himself up on the couch. He's a big boy. Walked across Hobo, walked across me, and went and slept elsewhere. I guess that was to announce he was present.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's okay now. I'm here.
Yep,
That's fine.
and I'm leaving. Gonna go sleep. Okay, has anybody else got any posts they'd like to share? Okay, looks as though we've wound down to the end. So, this has been Shadows Pub hosting Pimp Your Post Thursday, morning edition from The Ramble. Until next time, it's all about community. And yep, bye Wilma.